Oh, hello, it's Raketo. That's Rabeeks on keto. Have I got a story to tell you? I am gonna make some halibut tonight, and you see how nicely vacuum packed that is. In Alaska, we don't get it at the store like this. We get out, we catch it, the husbands fillet it, and then we help vacuum pack it. I was going to tell you a story about a silver salmon fishing trip my husband and I were on about 10 years ago. It was in Resurrection Bay, and that's out of Seward, Alaska. And we were just in a small Willie River boat, and we just had light silver salmon gear. And my husband hooked into something, and he's like, "This is big." And he fought it and he fought it and he brought it up. So we're just in a little boat out in a bay in just like a little cove in Resurrection Bay. And he's fighting this fish and he brings it up, and it was a huge halibut. And we're just on really light silver gear. And so in this little bay we're in, there's a lot of other little boats fishing. And then in comes a humpback whale breaching. So we're fighting this fish. There's people all around us, and a whale's coming, and that was pretty scary. So this fish was so big for our little boat. We were actually with a fish guide, and he called his buddy who came over in another little boat because he had a gun, because that halibut had to get shot in order to get it up in the boat and not sink us. So here we are in the little boat with the 80-pound halibut, with the whale breaching, and the guy trying to get into our boat with the boats going up and down. And then he successfully gets into our boat, shoots the halibut, we get it gaffed and in the boat. And whew, that was an exciting day, and one day fishing I will never forget. So we had a lot of good halibut, and we also caught silvers, so that was a great day fishing. But this halibut, my best friend Lisa, who you met when she was eating ox dogs at Carmen Lake, she caught 100-pound halibut, and she's sending me some video that I get to include. Oh! So she shared a lot of her halibut with me. And so tonight I'm going to cook some pecan Parmesan crusted halibut. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, I went ahead and got the halibut out of the package, and I patted it dry because it was pretty wet. And I'm just going to cut it in some nice hunks like that. You can see this is a beautiful white meat. And just cooking for one tonight, so we don't need a whole lot. And there's our halibut. We'll start out, we'll dip it in an egg. With a splash of lemon. And as I've told you before, my husband squeezes a lot of lemons all at once, so we always have lemon juice on the ready. And we'll just mix that egg up really well. With the lemon juice, I've just got a 1/3 cup of chopped pecans, and I just did that in my little mini chop. And to that, I'm going to add some Utah real salt and some pepper. and fresh is best. I wish I had fresh herbs, but I don't. So I've got these really nice freeze-dried herbs, and they're pretty good too. Just gonna add a little parsley and a little dill. It's probably a teaspoon. Back in the day, this would have been breadcrumbs, and it used to be so delicious. And I'm so adapted to low carb and not eating bread that to me this is just as delicious. And I really don't crave bread. I don't miss bread. And I will be making some for my son with bread. And honestly, I'm not even tempted, because when I see bread, I think of inflammation. I remember how bad my plantar fasciitis was and how much my body was inflamed. And that just turns me off on the bread. So I'm very happy to have my alternatives. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and dip in our egg. And then our nuts. And then we're going to be going into a hot cast iron skillet. And just the bottom is covered with the avocado oil. All right, and we're just gonna let it get browned. Flip it. And then we're gonna grate some fresh Parmesan on there and throw it in the oven. Okay, it's been about 4.5 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out because it's looking really good, and you don't ever want to overcook your halibut. That is really, really nice looking. And we'll go ahead and cut that and see how it tastes. Oh yeah, that is really nice, flaky white meat. See that? Not overcooked and just cooked just right. Got a nice crunch on the outside with the nuts. Just enough seasoning for me. I could add some garlic powder to that, might be a good addition, but really delicious. And I hope you enjoyed hearing some Alaska fishing stories, and I will see you next time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. All right, it's been a pleasure cooking with you.